This is a piece of cardboard, printed millions of times and wrapped neatly in foil. But what if I were to tell you it's so much more than that? An emotional experience. Psychologists call this nostalgia. Today, we're going to prove to the trolls and ourselves that our collections matter. Instead of simply defining nostalgia, let's see if we could trigger it. Think of a card you pulled a long time ago when you were younger. Who were you with? Where were you at? I could see myself going to the comic book shop with my mother after a grueling week of grade 1 and pulling this Venusaur card. All of that is not nostalgia. That's just a memory. Nostalgia is what happens when you pair a memory with the feeling it gave you. Maybe warmth, joy, or a bittersweet longing of a time that you just can't get back. The Pokémon Company knows exactly what they're doing, mastering the art of tapping into our nostalgia. They do this by connecting us to the moment we first fell in love with collecting. In the 90s, we only had 151 Pokémon. Or look at all these gym trainer sets coming out. Remind you of anything? The more a set triggers our emotional imprint, the more likely we are to go and spend that money. Now I have here some White Flare and Black Bolt, and actually this is kind of the opposite of nostalgia for me because I honestly never played Black and White and Black and White 2, but it's the only thing that we could afford today. So I'm gonna open this and we're gonna talk more about nostalgia. So does nostalgia actually help us? Research by Li, Ma, and Huo says yes. It can literally reduce psychological pain. Revisiting positive memories softens emotional discomfort, especially loneliness or social exclusion. For collectors, that might mean flipping through a 1999 binder or hearing the crinkle of a booster pack. Those sounds and images act like time machines, transporting you back to a place where you felt safe, connected, and excited. Okay, and of course, with the Victini collection, we get 2 Black Bolts as well as 2 White Flares. We're going to start off with the Black Bolts because I've already opened a few of these, so let's see if we could add to that collection. But it's not always sunshine, rainbows, and holographic Charizards. A 2023 study shows it can stir loneliness, regret, and sadness, especially if life now feels less fulfilling. Psychologists call this the bittersweet nostalgia. I felt it, like when I remember something wonderful and immediately think, life will never be that good again. If you've been there, you know it can sting. Experts suggest the solution is to channel those feelings into creative expression, turning the memory into something you do rather than something you just miss. Collecting can be that outlet, giving structure and meaning to emotions. Because nostalgia isn't about going back, it's about carrying the best parts forward. During the pandemic, Pokemon cards exploded in popularity. Sure, influencers and price breaks played a role, but maybe, just maybe, people were looking for comfort. Psychologists Sedekaids and Wildschkacht, I don't know how you say that, call this symbolic self-continuity. Professors research. We get a Snivy. We get a Schniv, and oh, we get a Volcarona, illustration rare to add to our collection. Let's go. One of the things I want to do, I was in Toronto last week for a friend's party, and there was a trade party, a Pokemon trade party, so I brought all of my illustrations, and it kind of got me thinking. I saw some beautiful binders. I kind of want to do an illustration binder, just where I have my illustrations, because right now they're just sitting collecting dust. I want a place where I want to show off all this beautiful art, even if they're not like the ones that are the big hitters, the chasers. I think there's a place for them anyways. Volcarona, a fan favorite. Oh, we already got you. All right, I have never opened White Flare before, so I'm really excited to get this going. Let's hear that rip. Hear the rip. When life feels unstable, we reach into the past to stay grounded in who we are. It's why opening a pack or sorting a binder can feel like more than just a hobby. These are moments of psychological repair. Reminders of when your biggest stress was pulling your chase card, not navigating a global crisis. Anfu, Ferrothorn, Sharon. We get a Lavanne. All right, first illustration, it's a Pokeball Joltik. And we get an illustration, another illustration. Sigilf, Sigilif, sorry about that. Sigilif, another illustration, and this one is illustrated by Mingo. We have a Mingo illustration, and we ended off with a Harley Quinn. Is it Harley Quinn? Do they have a Harley Quinn in this game? I don't quite remember. That would have probably been from Black and White. And as I mentioned, I haven't played Black and White. For a lot of us who grew up in the 90s, Pokemon cards weren't just a game. They were a part of growing up. Psychology has a name for why those memories hit so hard years later. The reminiscence bump. That's when we remember way more from our childhood, teenage years, and early adulthood, because those are the years we're figuring out who we are. Back in 1999, opening a pack wasn't only about pulling a shiny Charizard. It was the trades at recess, the battles with friends, and the feeling that you were part of something everyone around you understood. Those moments stuck with us. And now, when we collect again, it's not just about the cards. It's about bringing back the exact time in life when those memories were made, and how we help shape who we are today. All right, final reveal. Oh, energy retrieval, and we finish it off with a Samurott. Not too bad of a day considering we only opened 4 packs. We got 2 illustrations, 1 full art, and we added a Yukimori to my Yukimori collection. Pokemon cards aren't just cardboard. When you collect today, you're reconnecting with a version of yourself that still believed you could travel the world and become a Pokemon master. This is the start of my new series where I combine my love of Pokemon cards with my personal interest in psychology. If you guys liked any moment of today's video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.